we live on words. Most people live on words. They don't go beyond the word. And what we are talking about is not only the word, the meaning of the word, the communication that exists in using words, but the non-verbal communication which is having an insight. That's what we're talking about all the time, so far.
Yes.
That is, the mind can only have an insight if it is capable of listening. And you do listen when the crisis is right at your doorstep.
Now, I think I'm at a point here that is solid.
Yes.
Solid. Is it that we don't allow ourselves access to the crisis? That's all that it's there continuously. It isn't a crisis that's episodic.
No, the crisis is always there.
It is all right, right. Well, we're doing something to shut ourselves off from it, aren't we?
Or we don't know how to meet it. We don't know, either we avoid it, or we don't know how to meet it, or we are indifferent. We have become so callous. All these things, all these three are involved in not facing the crisis. Because I'm frightened. One is frightened. One says, my Lord, I don't know how to deal with it. So one goes off to an analyst, or to a priest, or to picks up a book to see how it can be translated. He becomes irresponsible.
Or sometimes people will register the disappointment that things haven't worked out. So why try something new?
Yes, of course.
And this would be a buffer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I mean. Avoidance of there's so many ways to avoid. Clever, cunning, superficial, and very subtle. All that is involved in avoiding an issue. So, what we're trying to say, sir, isn't it? The observer is the past, as we said yesterday.
Yes.
The observer is trying to translate and act according to the past. When the crisis arises. The crisis is always new. Otherwise it's not a crisis.
No,
a challenge must be new, is new, and always new. But he translates it according to the past. Now, can he look at that challenge, that crisis, without the response of the past?
May I read a sentence out of your book? I think that maybe this has a very direct relationship to what we're talking about. It's a sentence that I have to take these things off to read. It's a sentence which arrested me when I read it. Through negation, that thing which alone is the positive comes into being. May I read it again? Through negation, something is done.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. So we're not leaving it at the point where we're saying simply words are of no consequence, therefore I will do something non-verbal, or I will say something because I never communicate with the non-verbal. It has nothing to do with it. Something must be done. And there is an act. Yes.
Life is action.
Exactly.
Just
now here, and I suppose I should say for our listeners and viewers that this is from The Awakening of Intelligence, I think the most recent publication of yours. And it's on page 196 in the chapter on freedom. Through negation. I take it that's a word for this act. For this act. That thing which alone is the positive. The word alone came out to me with the force of something unique. Something that's not continuous with anything else. That thing which alone is the positive comes into being. There's no temporal hiatus here, so we're back to that thing we began with in our earlier conversations about not being dependent on knowledge and time. Could we look at this negation together for a moment? I have the feeling that if I've understood this correctly, that unless this, whatever it is that's called negation, is not an abiding activity, then communion and communication and the relationship that we were talking about just simply can never be reached. Is that correct?
Correct. May I put it this way? I must negate, negate not intellectually or verbally, actually negate the society in which I live. The social, the implication of immorality which exists in society, which is on which society is built, I must negate totally that immorality. That means I live morally. In negating that, the positive is the moral.
No, yes, no. I'm being quiet because I want to follow step by step. I don't want to go beyond what I've begun.
I negate totally the idea of success.
Yes, yes. I negate totally the idea. Yes.
Not only in the mundane world, not only in the sense of achievement in a world of money, position, authority. I negate that completely. And I also negate success in the so-called spiritual world.
Oh yes, quite the temptation.
Both are the same. Only I call the spiritual and I call that physical, more mundane. So, in negating success, achievement, there comes an energy. Through negation, there is a tremendous energy to act totally differently, which is not in the field of success, in the field of imitation, conformity, and all that. So, through negation, actual negation, not just ideal negation, through actual negation, that of that which is immoral, morality comes into being.
Which is altogether different from trying to be moral.
And that's of course. Trying to be moral is immoral.
Yes. May I try to go into this another step?
Yes.
At least it would be a step for me. There's something that I intuit here as a double aspect to this negation. I'd like very much to see whether this is concurrent with your own feeling about this. I was going to say statement, and I stopped myself. my desire for success in itself is a withholding myself from the problem that we talked about. And that itself is a form of negation. I have negated access to myself. I've negated in other words, I have done violence to what it is that wishes to reveal itself. So I am going to negate then my negation as the observer. This I wanted to make sure.
You're quite right, sir. When we use the word negate, as it is generally understood, it's an act of violence.
Yes, that's what I was hoping.
It's an act of violence. I negate it.
Yes.
I brush it aside.
Right.
And we are using the word negate not in the violent sense, but the understanding of what success implies. The understanding of what success implies. The me who is separate from you, wanting or desiring success which will put me in a position of authority, power, prestige. So I am, in negating success, I am negating my desire to be powerful, which I negate only when I have understood the whole process that's involved in achieving success. In achieving success is employed ruthlessness,
yes,
lack of love, lack of immense consideration for others, lack of and sense of conformity, imitation, accepting the social structure. All that is involved, and the understanding of all that, when I negate success, it is not an act of violence. On the contrary, it's an act of tremendous attention.
I've negated something in my person.
I've negated myself.
Right. I've negated myself.
The me, which is separate from you.
Exactly.
And therefore I've negated violence which comes about when there is separation.
Would you use the term self-denial here? Not in the sense of how it has been received down the line,
no.
But that if there's anything to what has been stated in the past, could a person who saw that word, self-denial, read that word in this context that you're
I'm afraid
using?
he wouldn't. Self-denial means sacrifice, pain, lack of understanding.
But if he heard what you're saying,
then why use another word when you have understood this?
well, maybe he'd want to communicate with someone.
I'm saying, but change the word so that we both understand the meaning of self-denial. And all the religions have based their action on self-denial. Sacrifice. Deny your desire. Deny you are looking at a woman, or deny riches. Take a vow to poverty. You know all of them. Vow of poverty, vow of celibacy, and so on. All those are a kind of punishment. A distorting of a clear perception. If I see something clearly, the action is immediate. So negate implies diligence. word, you know, what diligence means giving complete attention to the fact of success. They are taking that word. Giving my whole attention to success. In that attention, the whole map of success is revealed.
With all its horrors.
With all the things involved. And it is only then the seeing is the doing. And then it's free. And the mind can never revert to success. And therefore become bitter, all the things that follow.
What you're saying, I take it, is that once this happens,
it's true.
There is no reversion.
Of course not. Say, for instance, sir.
It isn't something that one has to keep up.
Of course not.
Well, fine. I'm delighted we've established that.
But say, for instance, what happened in 1928. I happened to be the head of a tremendous organization, a religious organization. And I saw around me various religious organizations, sects, Catholic, Protestant, and I said, all trying to find truth. So I said, no organization can lead man to truth. So I dissolved it. Property, an enormous business. I can never go back to it. When you see something as poison, you won't take it away. Isn't it? See, by Joe, I made a mistake, I should go back and it's like seeing danger. When you see danger, you never go near it again.